My name's Jacqui Wandin. I am a Wurundjeri Wandoon woman. My connection to this land is through my father, Alban Wandoon, and then through his grandfather, James Henry, and through his father, Robert Wandoon. This is how I've come to be at Coranderrk, and at the moment for the last 10 years, or actually, no, it's going up to 18 years now, my dad's been the caretaker of the property.
My name is Brooke Collins. I am a Wurundjeri woman. I've lived in Healesville all my life. Coranderrk is significant for Aboriginal people especially. My family knows this place as home, and so do many other Aboriginal people from Victoria as well. For me, I really was getting excited and interested in the history of Coranderrk when my first daughter was born. She's about to turn 18. I never heard about Coranderrk at school. I did all my schooling in Healesville and started to feel really frustrated about that.
This is where all our dreaming started really, just being out here with our family, our kids, and sort of saying, what are we doing with this land? It's just sitting here, so it's about honouring our ancestors.
Coranderrk is really important historically because it talks a lot about political activism, and it's an example of one of the earliest self-determination movements.
The government allowed the Wurundjeri to come back in 1863, and they thought, we'll give them this place, they'll run it down, you know, and they'll be hopeless. But actually it was the opposite. They had such a wonderful community out here. They all worked hard, you know, they were totally self-sufficient, and they still got removed from the property because of that reason.
The Wandins have lived here from the days of when it was a mission, and although there were plenty of other tribes here on the mission, they all moved back to their own country or have moved to other parts of Melbourne. But then we've all moved back here for whatever reason. We're just spiritually tied to this place.
Coranderrk was the original mission set up for Aboriginal people, but that was as a place that I suppose our ancestors could just be with all the development and everything that was building up, all the cities coming in, all that sort of stuff. It was a place that they could just be self-sufficient.
David Stewart, our mentor that comes out, he is just amazing. Some of these ideas that David has are really common sense ideas, what to do with the land. And you know, sometimes people just need a little bit of help and a bit of a kickstart on getting things right. And it's so important to us. We want to have the best people out here helping us.
I became involved through the CMA when they asked me to come and have a look at the property, meet with the family and get a sense of what they had in mind. I see a property which has got a lot of potential. The soil type is fantastic here. It's river countries, but also I see land which has been degraded over probably 20 or 30 years. I see weeds, I see erosion, I see no pasture management, I see no water points for livestock other than the river. So it's an example of a really badly degraded property which has a lot of potential to come back into full production and be an example or a demonstration farm of just how good things could be here.
Well, today it's a part of our property management plan that we've actually been doing for probably the last 3 months.
We walked around the property just acknowledging that there's some sites, some areas that we want to protect and we want to preserve, and so we clearly identified those. But we also today were nutting out the next stage of this rejuvenation of Coranderrk.
And my involvement with this project has been to provide support to the Coranderrk landowners in the process of applying for ILC funding. They've got goals and aspirations for this property, and they wanted to be able to produce a whole farm plan. This particular site's really important. It's got a really rich cultural heritage, and I think some of that heritage over the time has been lost, and the traditional owners of this area are really trying to build up that knowledge again.
We started working with the Coranderrk property in 2008 through our Stream Frontage Management Program, which helps landowners manage waterways. Culturally, it's one of the few original properties that are left in the Yarra Valley that still have extensive waterway frontages, so that's why we tend to work with these properties wherever we can. In terms of its ecology and its structure and what's still here, it's really important to sort of preserve what's currently here.
I want this to be a place where people can come and share knowledge and history. This is of course such a significant place for Aboriginal people, but all history throughout all of Australia is a shared history, and I want whitefellas to come too.
It's time for us to be there and do these great things for our ancestors and for people to see that Aboriginal people are great, you know. We can work hard and we can make things great.
I'm accepting it as a part of my cultural responsibility as a traditional person to look after this beautiful place. And I suppose that all my ancestors and all of the other ancestors that were here at one time, I don't want their work to be for nothing.
These are the real things on land, and it's about continuing this wonderful story for the Wurundjeri people.